Hey everybody, it's Russell Frost from What Drives Us. My co-pilot, it's my mom. Say hi.
Hi.
We're going to Disneyland! Who doesn't love Disneyland?
Of course, we haven't been there in a million years.
Well, that's actually pretty true now that you say that.
Yep.
But we are driving the brand new 2018 Toyota Highlander Hybrid and enjoying the panoramic roof and the ventilated seats on our journey to Mouse World in Anaheim. So we'll report in on the way. So a half an hour into this trip, and I don't know, it's pretty comfortable. What do you think?
Very comfortable.
Really? Would you say it wasn't comfortable if you didn't think so?
Yes, I would.
Intimidated by the camera. You know,
I love Toyotas.
there you go. There you go. Why did you cover? You know that's money right there. You need to say that out loud.
I love Toyotas. I've had 3.
There we go. You know, the dynamic cruise in this thing makes freeway driving in Southern California a breeze. You know, it has the full complement of Toyota Safety Sense features. So, you know, whether it's lane keep assist or whatever. Panoramic roof is cool. Haven't opened the sunroof. It's a little misty this morning. So didn't really want to let the precipitation in. But for a big, huge truck, it feels light and airy with that glass open. So I kind of like that. The seats are nice, but it's sort of Toyota. It seems like in their SUVs has this new ethos of like a benchy kind of seat. It's a little harder, not quite as plush. It's not uncomfortable in any way. The support is good, but it's a little more, and I used this word when I was talking about the Land Cruiser, Spartan in a way. But it works. So, you know, cheers for them for that. And it's a way to differentiate between the sedans, Corolla, Camry, Avalon, and the SUVs. Make sense? Well, if it doesn't, there's not much I can do about it. You have anything to say?
Not right now.
Not right now.
I'm enjoying.
There we are. A pleasant drive to Disneyland so far. No major traffic. We are about 40 minutes away from Anaheim, and yeah, with any kind of luck, we'll get there and start our Disney adventure. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid was one of the first SUVs that was a hybrid. As such, it's a leader. Toyota has been a leader in deploying hybrid vehicles, and obviously the Highlander, being the first SUV, was the first chance that SUV owners, especially full-size SUV owners, got better gas mileage, got things like auto stop, kind of delved into the world, however lightly they were dipping their toe into that pond, of electric vehicles. It always surprises me that we don't talk about that more, because this car's a real pioneer in a lot of ways. The 2018 Highlander Limited, which is what I'm in now, is a $49,000 full-size SUV. This is also a very full-featured iteration of the Highlander. It has everything you could probably want, depending on your wants. It's got everything I need. Will it have everything you want? Who knows? I don't say this as a caveat or something that anyone seriously considering this vehicle should care about. I just say this to give this review some context. Not 2 weeks ago, I was driving the top-of-the-line Land Cruiser, and you know, which costs almost twice as much. In fact, very nearly twice as much. So what a surprise that for double the cost, I'm still kind of in the shadow of that Land Cruiser. So I have to break out of that and not do any kind of comparisons to that, because it's, again, twice as much. So let's talk about the good things about this vehicle. Again, the Highlander Hybrid has been around for a long time. This is proven technology. This is bulletproof. This is reliable. This is backed up by warranties that you won't use. if you want to get 30 mpg from a full-size SUV, the Highlander Hybrid is clearly one of your best choices. It drives well. This particular version has a V6. It's a 3.5 liter V6 Atkinson cycle engine. Of course, Toyota's hybrid drive system. One of the later versions of that as well. It has all of Toyota's safety sense features in it. It drives very, very smoothly, wonderfully. It doesn't feel like a big, huge boat. Things like the 360 cameras help navigate tight spots in a large vehicle, and that's certainly helpful. All around, this is a great SUV. Feature-wise, especially this one, the Hybrid Limited, again at $49,000, is packed full of every possible vehicle feature that I think you would want. Aside from the complete set of Toyota safety features, electronically, obviously, Bluetooth, a nice touch screen, dual HVAC controls, in-seat heating and ventilation. It's a pleasure to drive in that sense, because the technology is well integrated, it's easy to use, and you know, whether you're out off-road taking advantage of the full-time all-wheel drive, or whether you're stuck in traffic on a Southern California highway and you're using Toyota's dynamic cruise control to make the drive a little less anxious, the Highlander delivers in a big way. You certainly can't help but notice the enormous, maybe behind me you can see it, if not, I certainly have some video, enormous panoramic roof on this vehicle. It does have a fully opening sunroof as well, if you want to let a little bit of the outside inside. If you just want to look at the outside through the heavily tinted glass of the roof, you can do that as well. Gas mileage, you know, it's a hybrid, so of course we're going to talk about that. It's EPA rated in this trim, I believe, at like 27 and 29, which is weird to me, because I'm not sure how the lower figure is only 2 mpg different. I got anywhere between 19 and 30 mpg in this vehicle. It is very easy to be in the high 20s in this vehicle. You don't have to drive in any unusual modes, and which is good. So I don't know that it's that narrow as the EPA numbers give you the impression, but I think most of you will see MPG easily in 25 to 30 range, which is, again, for a vehicle that is curb weight of, I want to say, 4,800 pounds, not bad. And the coefficient of drag on this bad boy isn't exactly low. So, cheers to Toyota's amazing propulsion system for being able to get that kind of efficiency. It's impressive, whether you think so or not. I think so. That sounded kind of cocky, didn't it? Maybe I shouldn't talk like that. I do like this car, though. It's a good car. The interior of the Highlander Hybrid is quiet, comfortable, it's spacious. There's seating up front for 2, and obviously in back 2 or more, depending on how big your motors are. Behind that is a large storage area where you could put, well, large things to store. So, what I need to follow up on is taking my mom to Disneyland. As I've often mentioned in these reviews, you know, I use the mom scale, like, would I want my mom to drive this car? And in the case of the Highlander Hybrid, I would definitely say, yeah, you know what, if my mom insisted on having a big full-size SUV, this would be a really good one for her to have. The safety features help offset some of the size. The 360-degree camera helps her see things that she can't see. And obviously, it's a large, safe, well-built vehicle. But my mom was in the car, my mom and I went to Disneyland and came back. It's about 150 miles. And what did she think of being in the vehicle for about 3.5 hours? And the truth is, she really loved it. I think it's a little bigger than she expected. She, read about it, but had never been in one before. Again, once she got over kind of the size thing, she really enjoyed the amenities in it and the comfort that the Highlander offered. So, 2 big thumbs up on the mom scale, which, in my world is huge. So in the end, do I recommend the 2018 Toyota Highlander Hybrid Limited? Yeah, I do, actually. Strongly recommend it. It is part and parcel with most of Toyota's line. Exceptionally well engineered, well executed, comfortable, safe, reliable, performing vehicles. And the Highlander Hybrid stands equally with anything in their line. The MPG performance on the car delivers under a wide variety of driving conditions. The comfort is evident. I mean, I've been in this car for a few hundred miles, and the fully adjustable seat is nice. The HVAC system works well. I love heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, because a lot of times that means you use the cabin HVAC system less. So I love having those features in there. Technology-wise, it's good. The stereo, it's okay. It rattles a lot in the back, and I don't know if it's because of this vehicle or if that's the design. But when the subwoofer, what I assume is a subwoofer, in the rear door moves, and by moves I mean moves, not pounds, not when it's loud, it rattles like a little kid's toy. It's kind of rattly. Did I give you the impression that it rattles? Yeah. But the sound isn't bad, and you could probably cure that rattle, whether it was designed in or not. What don't I like about the Highlander Hybrid? This thing is lame as hell. It's a cup holder spacer that comes out every time you pull the cup out. I do like that they're nice big cup holders, though, without the spacer. That's cool, because little tiny cup holders make me sad, and make my Hydro Flask sad. The center console's nice. The doors are kind of hanky. The rattling thing with the subwoofer isn't my favorite feature of this vehicle. Otherwise, I don't really have a lot of complaints. I think it's really well done. All in all, Toyota did an amazing job with this car. So I can't spend a lot of time dinging it, because I don't have a lot of things to ding. And they're mostly small. Still have a bunch of switches over here by my left knee. It's always going to be that way, because no one has the guts to leave that panel blank. Why is beyond me. Cool things, cool little things. There's a really cool tray in the front area that very smartly has a divider. In fact, it'd be really cool if it had a couple of removable or movable dividers. But I love the idea. I like the little pass-through for the charging cord. Did I mention I hate this thing? Jeez. I hate that thing. It's a pain. With people keeping their vehicles longer and longer, I think the last survey said the average retention was like 11 years, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the longest time in contemporary car owning history. Reliability plays into it. And I hear a lot of times, like, how about so-and-so? And I go, well, I don't know. If it was my money, would I want to gamble on them? And almost inevitably, the quick comeback is, yeah, but they have this warranty. Not many of these warranties last for 11 years. not many of them go more than 5, unless you're talking about certain parts of the powertrain or something. So let's be clear at how important it is that a vehicle is built well to begin with. Not just because, wow, that makes sense, but because that's what's going to determine what breaks later on. Yeah, something misaligned, a poor design, a bad choice of materials is something that down the line could cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars. It could wreck a vacation. It could spoil a fun weekend. You know, maybe it wouldn't be an inconvenience at all, but chances are it's going to be, at the very least, a little inconvenient to exceptionally inconvenient. And the reason I bring that up is Toyota has a reputation for reliability and robustness that is well-deserved, and they've earned that reputation over the years. So I think that goes into, I think that should be part of your decision when considering something like the Highlander Hybrid. Because you want to, and I hate, you know, and I'm not going to use the I word, when you buy a motor vehicle, you want to make the best purchasing decision that you can. And in my opinion, one of the best decisions you can make, Highlander Hybrid. Really. I like the combination of brown and black. I think it works in this vehicle. It works really well. Aesthetically, again, for what is essentially, you know, a large truck, right? An SUV, a large SUV. It looks nice. Exterior styling, nice. Not super important in my world. Interior styling, all the difference in the world. And yeah, this is a pleasant place to be. And that's important. Especially when you spend a good chunk of change to sit in this seat for a long time. So what are your choices? You gonna buy some fucking General Motors product? I mean, get real. You gonna buy a Ford? My niece just had to replace like a $5,000 transmission in the Cadillac SUV. She's owned the thing like, it's just out of warranty, of course. She hasn't owned the thing that long. But, you know, I mean, look at your choices and make a good decision. Because in my world, this isn't that hard. The competitors, most of the competitors, have a lot of issues. This one, rock solid. I can't make any guarantees or warranties or anything else. I can just give you my opinion. And that's what it is, my opinion. And for what it's worth, I think this is the best choice you have. And it's a really good choice. It's a choice that's going to make you happy too. Thanks for watching the 2018 Toyota Highlander Hybrid Limited review. I appreciate your time. As always, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/whatdrivesus, Twitter @whatdrivesus, Instagram @whatdrivesusshow, all one word. And most importantly, youtube.com/whatdrivesus. Please, I'm begging you, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, ask your family, subscribe your pets. youtube.com/whatdrivesus. Thanks again for watching. Drive safe.